Assemblywoman Gonzalez, please come forward. And Assemblywoman, this bill enjoys a due pass recommendation from the chair.
Wonderful. I'll be quick then, but I do have some folks testifying.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So good afternoon, Mr. Chair, and thank you for taking me. California AMLI Awards.
I'm sorry, and we're starting as a subcommittee. Once the other members come, we'll probably interrupt and establish a quorum.
Yes, and have a quorum.
Very good.
Thanks. California annually awards the Public Safety Medal of Valor to public safety officers for extraordinary valor above and beyond the call of duty. Currently, firefighters, law enforcement officers, including corrections or court officers and EMTs are all eligible to receive this award. The problem is ocean lifeguards are not included as a group eligible to receive the Public Safety Medal of Valor. Ocean lifeguards, of course, risk their lives and safety to perform rescue procedures countless times in their profession, yet they do not even qualify for this award. I'm not trying to change the balance of this committee, although I would like to add a member of the United States Life Saving Association to the Public Safety Medal of Valor Review Board and ensure that lifeguards can receive the Medal of Valor. With me to testify and support the bill is Chris Carlson, the father of Ben Carlson, a fallen lifeguard from Newport Beach, and Ed Harris from San Diego Lifeguard Union.
All right. Thank you for being here, and you may begin.
Thank you. Hello, Mr. Chair, Senators. I appreciate the time. My name is Chris Carlson, and I've traveled from Southern California to ask your support of AB 489. Late in the afternoon of July 6, 2014, our 32-year-old son, Benjamin, dove from the Newport Beach Lifeguard Sea-Watch boat to assist a distressed swimmer who was struggling in the extremely heavy 8 to 10-foot surf. Ben had already made dozens of similar rescues over the course of the busy 4th of July weekend, and it has been estimated that he made over 1,000 such saves during his 15-year career as a seasonal ocean lifeguard at Newport Beach. However, this July 6th rescue ended up in a dramatically different result. Ben, a UCI graduate and a well-trained and extremely fit waterman, reached the victim and provided his buoy to the victim, but while towing him back to the Sea-Watch boat was hit by yet another large wave. The victim returned to the surface after the wave, but tragically, Ben did not. Since that fateful day, Ben has received many posthumous honors, highlighted by 3 Medals of Valor, a letter from the President of the United States, and most recently, the renaming of Newport Beach Lifeguard Headquarters in Ben's name. While these honors are greatly appreciated and have contributed to the healing of our family, and I'm not here to ask or to lobby for another honor for our son. I am here to respectfully ask you to consider including ocean lifeguards as future eligible recipients of the State of California Public Safety Medal of Valor. California ocean lifeguards serve an important role in keeping our beach communities safe. As an ocean lifeguard, Ben was performing an active duty that thousands of well-trained young men and women take on as the summer crowds come to the Southern California and California coastal communities. And if this coming summer is anything like past summers, these lifeguards will rescue tens of thousands of people from potential drownings. Many of these rescues will occur in extremely dangerous conditions and will require high levels of training, fitness, and courage. These ocean saves will require heroic efforts. So I urge your support of AB 489, not for my son, Ben, but for the ocean lifeguard heroes that are yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony, and our prayers will remain with your family as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for letting me speak here today and taking the time on this important issue. As a 26-year lifeguard and the representative of San Diego Lifeguards, I have the pleasure of speaking for them as well as for other California lifeguards. In San Diego, we average about 6,000 rescues a year, which what that tells you is that our oceans aren't safe. Our oceans are made safe by the lifeguards that make those rescues. There's also cliff rescues, river rescues, firefighting. And so this is more as an oversight that the lifeguards weren't included in this, and I just ask that you correct that today and that we move this forward for all the lifeguards that will come behind us and that will continue to ensure that our tourists, our residents, and everybody that comes to the beach leaves at the end of the day, which is our goal. And I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Your name, organization, your position.
Jonathan Clay on behalf of the City of Encinitas in support.
Thank you. Your
Ed
name,
Behrens,
organization, position.
Ed Behrens, on behalf of the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, in support.
Thank you so much. Any other witnesses in support? Any other witnesses in support? Any other witnesses in opposition? Any witnesses in opposition? Comments, concerns, unreadiness from the members? All right. Assemblywoman, would you like to close?
So far, this bill has received unanimous bipartisan support. I hope that continues today, and respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Look forward to voting for it, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Steinworth, please come forward. Item 18, AB 1342.
Mr. Chair, members, thank you very much for your time. AB 1342 supports the California Commission on Disability Access and will help businesses proactively comply with ADA regulations. The Commission acts as a liaison to ensure access for the disabled while working with the businesses to make sure compliance is feasible. An increase in CCDA's funding will allow them to expand their educational and outreach efforts. This will help businesses come into compliance with ADA requirements rather than making those changes after costly litigation and possibly delaying any of those corrections to occur. AB 1342 has found and struck a balance between the disabled, the business, and the legal communities. This is unique. The broad support is a recognition of the valuable role the CCDA can play in aligning the needs of these three communities. It is supported by Disability Rights of California, Cal Chamber, and the California Business Properties Association, and also the Consumer Attorneys of California. This bill also clarifies the information provided by commercial property owners to tenants, clearly delineating whether the property has received an access inspection or not. I respectfully ask for your support.
Thank you so much. Any witnesses in support? Aye. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Evelyn Abulhassan with Disability Rights California and strong support.
Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other witnesses in support? Any witnesses in opposition? Comments, concerns, unreadiness from the members? Seeing none, would you like to close?
I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
We'll take this up as soon as we establish a quorum.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Levine, Assemblymember Levine, please come forward. It's okay. Item 9, AB 606.
Just long agenda today, or not so much? All right, you guys come? All right, thank you very much, Senator. We have a very special bill that I've been working on with some students from Manor Elementary in Fairfax. We started talking with them about the drought, and they came up with some ideas on how we can do a whole lot more for our state and how to lead. Please have a seat. How to lead. And I wanted to give them an opportunity to share that with you. This AB 606 will increase water efficiency and reduce water consumption by requiring wider adoption of drought-tolerant landscaping, recycled water irrigation, replacement of irrigation timers, and spray sprinklers by state agencies. And I want to give Jaden, Emmy, and Mahala an opportunity to tell you about that.
Absolutely. Look forward to it, and welcome our rising stars. Welcome to the Senate. And who would like to go first? You go first, okay. Push that red button. Perfect. Senator, it looks like you are well on your way.
Hi, my name is Jaden. I live in Fairfax and go to Manor Elementary School. I'm so very proud that my class came up with this bill, AB 606, with Assemblymember Mark Levine. I support Bill AB 606 because this bill will help us in this drought. It will help us conserve water. This bill requires water conservation, proper irrigation, and planting native plants that are drought tolerant. Also, native plants attract pollinators, which help make our food, so we should plant native plants that don't use as much water. This bill also help native animals and restore their habitat. Thank you for giving us the chance to tell you about our bill. This bill will help California a lot. Thank you. Jaden Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And who would like to go second?
I'll go second.
All right.
Hello, my name is Mihaela Peter Frank. I'm from Menor Elementary School in Fairfax, California. Thank you for being wise about California's future and supporting bills like AB 606. I support AB 606 because it helps save water and restore native plants. One of the four options this bill gives you when improving public lands is to increase the use of drip irrigation instead of sprinklers. Drip irrigation is better than sprinklers in many ways. Sprinklers overspray, damage buildings, water the leaves of plants instead of the roots, and can use twice as much water as drip irrigation. There is also water loss from sprinklers through evaporation and runoff. Our government leaders are our role models, so please pass this bill. Sprinklers are a technology of the past. It's time to get hip. Vote yes for the drip. Drip irrigation, that is. Thank you.
I want to get hip. Thank you so much for your testimony. And certainly last but certainly not least, and save the best for last, right?
Hi, my name is Emmy. I live in Fairfax and go to Manor School. I support Bill AB 606 because California is in a serious drought, and by planting native plants that are drought tolerant, we are conserving water. Our teacher, Miss Honda, has spent this year educating us in our local environment and teaching us that even kids at a young age have a voice. We learned that native plants use less water and attract and provide a habitat for our wonderful pollinators. I would like you to please pass this bill. We need to do everything we can to help California in the drought. Thank you for letting us have the opportunity to tell you more about Bill AB 606. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Any others here to testify in favor of the bill? Please come up, state your name, organization, and your position. Your name, organization, and your position.
Good afternoon. My name is Rosie Thompson. I'm with Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. We're in support, and we think this bill would actually complement what local efforts are underway at this point in time to conserve water. So thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Next witness, your name, organization, and your position.
Good afternoon. Kira Ross on behalf of the City of Sacramento in support of the bill.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maria Garcia with Greenberg-Traurig on behalf of the California Landscape Contractors Association in support.
Thank you.
Danielle Blassa with the California Municipal Utilities Association in support of the bill.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brennan Goodman. I am from Nevada City, California. I support Bill AB 606, and I hope you will too. Hi, my name is Ella Goodman. I am from Nevada City, California. I support Bill AB 606, and I hope it will become a law.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Tamar Burke on behalf of Sonoma County Water Agency in support.
Thank you. And I'm so honored to see our rising stars doing what they need to do to make sure California gets right with water. And thank you, Mr. Levine, Assemblymember Levine, for bringing this bill forward. And thank you for making sure that you involve our rising stars in our state in this broad debate of water and trying to make sure we do everything we can to conserve. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Senators.
All right. We'll take this bill up as soon as we establish a quorum. Senator Leyva. Senator, this bill enjoys a do pass recommendation.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members. Recently, the United States Post Office, Postal Service, USPS, implemented lower service standards which will result in delayed mail, virtual elimination of overnight delivery of first-class mail and periodicals across the country, as well as layoffs. SJR 11 urges Congress to take action to protect the important services that USPS workers provide. Specifically, this resolution urges Congress to place a moratorium on planned shutdowns of mail sorting centers and to oppose any postal reform legislation that does not continue the mandate for a 6-day delivery service or protect door-to-door delivery of its current system. Further, SJR 11 urges the California Secretary of State to publicly oppose changes in the United States Postal Service, which result in the closing of facilities that process absentee ballots, because these proposed actions will negatively impact the rights of California voters who now use absentee ballots. Lower service standards have also resulted in planned shutdowns of mail sorting centers, including locations in California, potentially affecting some 64,000 postal employees in California, and over 20% of whom are U.S. military veterans. At least one of these facilities is planning to shift and distribute, including absentee ballots, out of the state. These plans threaten up to 15,000 jobs nationwide. Delayed mail has become rampant since the closing of mail processing facilities, and yet the Postal Service has decided that they want to close another 82 facilities across the country. Any additional closures will further impede the public's expectation of an affordable and universal United States Postal Service. I know that we all like email and we all like texting, but there's nothing like being able to drop a card or a piece of mail into our mailboxes and expect that it will be delivered to the recipient within a few days. SGR 11 is supported by the National Association of Letter Carriers, National Association of Postal Supervisors, the California Labor Federation, California American Postal Workers Union, and the California Rural Letter Carriers Association. Here to speak in support today is John Beaumont with the National Association of Letter Carriers and Larry Denayer with the American Postal Workers Union, and I respectfully request an aye vote.
Very good. Thank you, Senator. You may begin.
Honorable committee members, my name is John Beaumont, and I'm here to represent the National Association of Letter Carriers. I'm here to give testimony as to why the committee should support the passage of Senate Joint Resolution 11 dealing with the United States Postal Service. While our association supports the entire resolution, I wish to mainly detail two areas that directly involve delivery of the United States mail. My colleague from the American Postal Workers Union will detail the other two crucial issues that are contained within this resolution. As this resolution states, delayed mail negatively impacts businesses, hurts residents, communities, and the economy, and drives customers away, resulting in lower revenue and damaging the financial situation of the United States Postal Service. This is most evident if the Postal Service is allowed to reduce delivery service from 6 days to 5 days a week. Doing so would delay timely delivery of mail, including newspapers, newsletters, bill payments, letters, invitations, and importantly, medicine. In addition to these cutbacks, if they're allowed to occur, it would, as the resolution goes on to state, seriously affect hundreds of employees in California alone. Over 22% of them are United States military veterans, many of them with disabilities. The Postal Service is the largest employer in the entire United States of United States veterans. Furthermore, this resolution also addresses protecting the current door-to-door delivery for small businesses, nonprofit organizations, and over 40 million residential customers, many of whom live in mobile home communities and rely upon receiving their mail daily. According to the Government Accountability Office, cluster boxes are so unpopular to replace door delivery that in 2014, in a poll taken, less than 0.8% of all businesses who were given the voluntary choice to go to cluster boxes decided to do so. And for residents, it was just 0.1% chose to make that change. So how would 40 million United States Postal Service customers react if they're forced to move to cluster box deliveries? In some locations, USPS has been soliciting customers to convert to a cluster box that would be placed anywhere, at a sidewalk, at a location at the far end of their street, meaning customers would have to retrieve their mail from the cluster box. Security of these boxes has been an issue in some of these communities, where these boxes have become easy targets for thieves, and it's not uncommon to find these boxes vandalized, tagged with graffiti. Along with our 4 postal unions And we also have a letter of support from the National Association of Postal Supervisors, which is the largest management association employed by the Postal Service. In addition, we also have a letter submitted by the National Association of Retired Federal Employees, who represent millions of federal retirees nationwide. After bringing forth the issues just mentioned, along with those mentioned by Senator Leyva, we believe this resolution should be supported and passed by your committee. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your testimony. Next.
My name is Larry Denaire. I represent the American Postal Workers Union of California. I hold the position of treasurer. The adverse effect of closures or consolidations of mail processing facilities across the nation has had a profound impact on communities which they are located. I represent the Reading facility that is presently under consideration for consolidation. What that means is all local mail in that area will be trucked down to Sacramento and then returned back to Reading for delivery. This is taking 2 to 5 days for the mail to get back to mail letter across town. Closure institutes that the whole facility would no longer process mail. Consolidation generally means bits and pieces of that consolidation process will be moved to other plants, just as they're doing in Reading. Also, in the state of California, the Reading is scheduled for consolidation. Petaluma is scheduled for closure, and also Eureka. So if you take a look at Sacramento and draw a line over to Sacramento and then go all the way up to the Oregon border, you'll have no mail processing for millions of Californians. This has a debilitating effect on losing community. Mail dropped at the collection boxes, picked up by the letter carrier, dropped off at the post office, are still brought to the losing facility. As I said, in our case, it's being trucked down to West Sacramento, 161 miles, a 322-mile round trip to have the mail returned. Again, in Reading, it's taking 2 to 5 days. Delayed mail has become rampant since the gutting of mail processing, and yet the Postal Service has decided they want to close another 82 plants across the country. Checks and medicines. This also affects veterans big time and the elderly who receive their medicines by mail. And bills that forces the local businesses to lose their money. It also causes increased finance charges if your bill payment is late. And most importantly, for all you sitting up here in the panel, it's going to affect the election process. Because once that mail in Reading, what presently happens is that mail can be an election night. They can come to the Reading post office and pick up the mail because it's postmarked that day and those ballots are counted. Now with the mail being driven all the way to Sacramento, once the midnight hour comes, a new postmark goes on that ballot. You're going to have those disenfranchised ballots. In order for these closing processing plants, and the Postal Service is obligated to open and be transparent through their entire process. Notification to elected officials, media groups, and the citizens of these communities are mandated, something the Postal Service does not do. They are to explain the reasons for the closure, and every scenario will be to save money. They are not saving money. Savings from the existing plants is just shared with the gaining installation. Any funds saved by the closing means that the money is added to another plant, so there is really no savings. It's what is called cost shifting, saving money for one and added financial burden for the other. Any additional closures will further impede the public's expectations of affordable and universal United States Postal Service, and we are in support of SJR 11. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other witnesses in support? Any witnesses in opposition? Comments, concerns, and readiness from the members? Senator, would you like to close?
Just respectfully ask for an aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take this up as soon as we establish a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Mainshine, Assemblymember Mainshine, please come forward. Item 17, AB 1320.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and members.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
It's good to see you again, Mr. Chairman. AB 1320 adds a Tide House exemption for a music festival promoter that is hosting a musical festival this September at the Del Mar Fairgrounds in San Diego. It's expected to draw in 40,000 attendees per day, generate $1.5 million in sales tax revenue, and provide more than $100,000 in donations to local nonprofits. In order for this festival to be successful in the long term, a Tide House exemption is necessary because the music festival owners also have an ownership interest in a winery. AB 1320 provides this exemption by allowing alcoholic beverage manufacturers to be able to aid in advertising and sponsorship at the event. A similar approach has been used for stadiums and venues up and down California, including Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. KABU's efforts are supported by the Del Mar Fairgrounds, San Diego's local businesses, and many charitable organizations throughout San Diego County. With me today to testify in support of AB 1320 is John Latimer on behalf of KABU.
Very good. Thank you, Assemblymember. This bill enjoys a do pass recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Conduct yourself accordingly.
I heard that loud and clear. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have here on behalf of the sponsor.
Thank you.
Margot Parks on behalf of Family Winemakers of California in support of the bill.
Very good. Thank you. Any other witnesses in support? Any witnesses in opposition? Any comments, concerns, unreadiness from the members? Would you like to close?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, members, and I would respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you very much. We'll take this up as soon as we establish a quorum.